Hello, everybody. Thank you for coming back to another one of our episodes. I did not know I was doing the intro until Julian pointed at me right now. So, I'm glad you could make it to our episode. Today, we're going to be talking about our end of the year goals since we do have only 4 more months left in 2022.
Yes. One of my main goals was to outlive the queen, so we can already check that one.
Babe,
I'm sorry.
that is too soon.
Should I keep that in or should I censor that?
Girl, that is up to you, okay? That is up to you.
We'll talk about it once we finish recording. But yeah, glad to be here. You know, alive and well, healthy. I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh. You caught me completely off guard. Okay, you should leave it in. But then censor it, just a beep.
Okay.
People can figure it out for themselves.
Context clues. Yes, thank you all for being here. Very excited to be in the recording seat. Feels great. Currently sipping on a liquid IV, courtesy of Marisabel's mom, who bought them from Costco. So just have some water in here, a little bit of ice, and then I put the liquid IV pack. It's like the lemon lime flavor. It was a little too strong, so I had to throw some more water in here. It's not bad. It's pretty good.
No, yeah. It's because I wanted them since the little packet that you gave me was liquid IV.
Yeah.
And it was passion fruit. I don't really have a preference on the flavor though. So it tasted really good.
Yeah. Nah, it's pretty solid. Nah, feeling pretty good. It's a Saturday. Brother's game is today. About to go there. So should be nice. It was a vibe. Work was nice too. I don't know. I'm just glad to be home. I was tired. My feet were hurting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was standing all day. I felt like I was running almost on shift because I was trying to do a lot of stuff within a constricted amount of time.
Oh yeah, you told me.
So, it feels good to be here. But we can definitely get into our goals. So I have some short term and then some long term. I guess, right? Because we're talking about for the end of 2022. So I guess some immediate goals prior to the end of 2022 here in the next handful of months for myself would be staying consistent with my work, my schoolwork, and just staying on top of that. Because I've started off the semester very strong, a lot stronger than I did last semester. And so I just need to keep that momentum going and not stop. And I know I talked about it, I think, in the last episode about how, why I think I haven't been procrastinating. And I forgot to add that I think one of the big reasons was that I did do summer school. And so I never got out of the habit of doing work straight after, what do you call it? The spring semester. And so it was just kind of continuous schooling that I've had going on. And so I never got out of the habit of doing it. Even if I wasn't taking a full slew of courses, it was only a course at a time, twice over for the summer, I still had something to do and to mark down in my calendar. And so now going into this semester, it wasn't as stressful. Syllabus week for me was always really stressful. I know it's the easiest week, but it's because it's all so overwhelming. You're trying to figure out how classes are working, right? How the professors do their classwork, and it takes a minute to build a flow and a week to week kind of routine, right, based around school. And so I've been very consistent, and I want to continue to be consistent, and that is one of the biggest short-term goals that I want to keep going through to the end of the year. I think another one, a little bit more of long-term in terms of how I want to be even past the end of the year is like starting to meal prep and staying on top of that. And it's just for lunch. I don't want to like meal prep for all 3 meals, but I want to meal prep for 4 days out of the week for lunch. And I want to start drinking protein consistently and increasing my water intake, because I think I do drink a good amount of water, but every now and then I'll catch myself like, man, I didn't drink like any water today. And it's just like I was busy and I didn't have the chance to, right? And I won't notice that I didn't drink any water until we'll work out. And then we work out and I'm like, fucking hell, I'm thirsty. It's like, no, I'm dehydrated. My lips are all chapped. I'm like, dude, you're dehydrated. So definitely that's a big thing. And I know we talked about meal prepping, like starting that up pretty soon.
Yeah.
Because you wanted to get a rice cooker, right? The one from Target?
Yeah, because my brother asked him how he makes his rice, and he was like, I just use a rice cooker. And I really like his rice. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's why I want one. I found a really cute one at Target, so I want to go and see it.
I think it would be cute. What about you? Like long term, short term?
Some short-term goals would be to study for the LSAT at least 5 days a week. I want to do 6, but I know some days or some weeks I have a lot of things to do, especially with mock trial and stuff. So minimum 5 days, but hopefully 6. And that's my main short-term goal right now. Oh, I also want to start waking up earlier. So I try and wake up 2 hours before, like I have to be somewhere. But recently, I've only been waking up with an hour before I have to like leave my house, and it's just not enough time. Like, cause I make coffee, right? And then I like to study in the morning too, but then I can only study for 30 minutes. So then when I go and like do something or have to go to class, I feel like I haven't done anything all day. And then like getting ready and eating, it just, an hour is not enough time. So I need to start waking up 2 hours before. And it's really just for this one, my Tuesday and Thursday class, because I have it at 9:45. And so I've been getting there like on time for my classes. But the thing is that I feel really rushed in the morning. And so if I feel really rushed, it kind of sets the mood for the day. Because I was doing really good in the summer because I had work in the morning. And I was like, oh, you know what? Like, I'm going to wake up 2 hours before so I can still have like a little time to myself. And I don't know why. Like, I just haven't been able to keep the same routine. I don't know if it's because I have like a lot more things to do. So my brain's really tired. And I'm just like, I have to sleep. Or what it is. But I definitely want to start waking up 2 hours before.
As much as I'd love to do that, I definitely could not. But I see where you're coming from, though. I think a lot of times I find myself, and that's like one of the big reasons why I find myself not drinking water, is because I'll be waking up with, you know, an hour at the most. And then sometimes even like it's like half an hour before I got to be somewhere. But it's like a 15-20 minute drive. So then I only have 10 minutes to get ready. And so I'm flying into the restroom, you know, brushing my teeth, putting on deodorant, wiping my face down, throwing my clothes on, and I'm out the door. And sometimes I forget to fill my water bottle, and then like I just don't fill it at school or at work or wherever it is that I'm trying to get to. And by the time I get done with whatever activity it was that I was getting to, right, it's like I didn't drink water for that whole like hour to 4 hour increment of time. And then by the end of it, like no wonder I'm exhausted. Like I haven't eaten, I haven't drank water. Like I just went straight into it. I didn't give myself time to like actually wake up. And I remember it was a while back. I was reading, it was like a Time magazine, and it was about sleep and like people's relationship with sleep. One of the big things is that a lot of people don't wake up with enough time to actually fully wake up and like start their day off correctly, right? Like they're almost stunting themselves. Like they immediately wake up and get into the day without giving their brain time to catch up and realize that, oh yeah, I'm up, right? And actually fully wake them up, right? That's why like you might feel groggy or you feel like really out of it, right? Because you don't give yourself a decent amount of time to actually get the day going. And so I think, yeah, if you wake up like 2 hours before and you give yourself time to like drink coffee or have breakfast or do something, like by the time you actually do start your day and you get out the door, like you're actually going to be awake, you know, as opposed to my very rushed mornings. Like shit, even this morning, like I was exhausted all day at work. And like right now I got home, right? We got home and like crashed into my bed for a little bit, and I was like, man, I could fall asleep right now. And it's like, it's because I didn't give myself time to like hydrate and eat something, and I just went straight into the day. So, nah, that's a pretty solid goal.
Yeah, it's just like my morning routine with like washing my face, brushing my teeth,
Yeah.
putting my clothes on, figuring out what I'm gonna do with my hair, which is just like two things. It takes me about 20 minutes. And then if I want to drink coffee, I don't like to chug it anymore. So I've been trying to like drink it a little slower and like and actually enjoy it.
Yeah.
Before I've just been like chugging it because I'm like I have to wake up and then like head out the door. I don't really like that.
So
I also don't like drinking my coffee to school.
Yeah.
It just ruins the vibe for me.
Oh, like on your way to school, you don't like drinking it?
Yeah, I don't know why, but it's like maybe it's because I still feel a little like sleepy, but it could also be the connotation with it because I only drink my coffee when I'm late.
Yeah.
Or like I'm leaving at like the last minute to get to class on time. So it could be because of that. But I just don't like it. Like I like it when we're on the road together because we're having a conversation and we're drinking coffee. But to school, when I'm by myself, no.
Yeah.
I don't really like it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't drink coffee every day, so I can't attest to everything that you were describing. But if I make coffee, like in the morning or like before I go somewhere, I'll drink it like on the way or like when I get there, I'll drink it. Because I know like for my opening shifts, I don't make coffee all the time for my opening shifts. Sometimes I just wake up, have some water. But other times I'll wake up and I'll have water on the way, but then I have my coffee there as well in another cup that I'll drink like during the first hour and a half on shift. If I'm feeling like very tired. But it could also be like a mental thing. Sometimes I'm just kind of like, man, I kind of want coffee. Like some coffee sounds pretty good, and then I'll make some. But that is because though I have been waking up earlier, and I've been getting pretty good about like when my alarm goes off, I get up and I stay up. Especially, I think it's because I've been very consistent with my opening shift, and so it's gotten easier. But again, I don't wake up like that would be crazy, waking up 2 hours before for that opening shift. Like I wake up at 4. Yeah, like 4.
Oh my
4:45.
Yeah.
Right. It was 2 hours before. 2:45. Hell no. Not for that. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't want to wake up any earlier.
No, yeah, but my classes are, 9:45 and 12. So it's like I have time.
So you'd be waking up like 7:45.
Yeah, and I feel like that's such a good time because this last week I did do it on Thursday for my 9:45 class.
Yeah.
And I studied for an hour before. I was able to eat a little breakfast. I don't like to eat too much because sometimes my stomach hurts in the morning. But then I had coffee. I was able to do my morning routine, pick out something I like to wear. And it just worked out. So it was nice. Like I left, I had already done the things that I already checked some stuff off my checklist.
Yeah.
And I was still able to do the things that I enjoyed and didn't feel like, damn, I only had a coffee. I don't know. I like to make the most out of my mornings. So when I don't wake up and it's like 1 o'clock, I don't know. I just feel down.
I agree with you there. I definitely, if I wake up later than like 12, right? It does feel a lot like the majority of the day was wasted, because everybody's already up by that point, getting there or well into their day, and so like you're barely waking up and everybody's starting to wind down already, and you're like, I'm up, like let's get things done, and you're like, shit, we're already like getting ready to pack up, and it's I definitely agree that it's a downer. Like it's like your mood is down, and then I guess the willingness to get work done kind of dissipates at that point, because then you're like, well, the day is gone. I'll just wait till the next day.
Yeah, it's also because my eating schedule will be off too. So it's like I wake up and I have coffee and I can't eat right after I drink coffee, or I can't eat and drink coffee at the same time. My stomach just will not cooperate. And so, like my parents, if I wake up, let's say at 12, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to have coffee before I eat. And they're like, oh, well, what do you want for lunch, right? Well, they want to have lunch at like 1 o'clock because they've been up since like 8.
Mm.
And I'm like, girl, slow down a little bit. And then they're kind of like, well, why aren't you eating? And I'm like, well, I just had coffee. I have to wait. I can't just eat back to back after I drink coffee.
Yeah.
So it kind of just throws off like when I eat with my family, because I'm still there like when they're eating, right? But it's just a little weird because like I smell the food, but I'm like, I'm a little hungry, but I already had coffee. I need to wait a few more minutes, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get that. I don't eat in the mornings. I just have lunch and dinner. But yeah, no, definitely with coffee. I can't eat like after drinking coffee. Or if I eat and then drink coffee immediately after, like it's a little better than the other version of it where I eat and drink coffee at the same time, or I drink coffee and then eat, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's still not a good combo. It's not a good mix.
I don't know. It just makes my stomach hurt and like me feel super bloated.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like it.
Yeah, it helps though. Like for me, I think when I started changing up the milk, a lot of the time I would just let them use the whole milk like they usually would.
Mm-hmm.
And like the coffee tastes really good with whole milk, but that just does not cooperate with my stomach. Like I'm pretty sure I'm lactose intolerant. And I've told a lot of people this too. Like I definitely am, because I can't even handle like 2% fucking runs through me. So now I get lactose free when available, because I much prefer lactose free as opposed to almond or oat milk. But you know, if lactose free isn't available, I'll get like almond milk in my coffee, and I mean it's good, gets the job done. But it definitely doesn't make my stomach hurt. Like my stomach doesn't hurt, but I definitely like, you know, the bowels get moving because of the caffeine, but
yeah.
not in the same way that having whole milk or 2% milk in my coffee would do to me. Like that would make my stomach hurt, and then you know that would be a whole scene. I don't need that. So I don't know. I agree with you there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but another one of my goals is also to drink water or more water.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Some days I drink a lot of water. Like I'll drink 10 cups, right? Which is good. But other days I'll drink like 4 and I'm like, I can't handle anymore for some reason. It really just depends. But I have to force myself to drink water sometimes. And it's because I like flavorful drinks, which is why I wanted the liquid IV, because it does hydrate you. It's not a substitute for water or like the amount of water that you need to drink. But if like I have those off days where I just can't drink water, maybe I'll put a little bit in there so then I can drink more water. You know, because I dilute my stuff. Even with the Celsius packets, I don't use a whole packet when I have it. I have like a third of it, and then I put a cup or 2 of water in there. When really you're supposed to put, I think, 8 ounces for a packet, but I use a third of the packet for 8 ounces. So that's kind of like what I'm planning to do with the liquid IV, because it is really strong, like you said. So I don't want it to be super sweet. Sometimes I just need a little flavor. That's why when we go to like restaurants, I ask for lemon in my water.
Yeah. Nah, I like my water plain. Just a cold water. That's all I need. Straight from the tap, a bottle, a hose.
A hose.
Yeah, that used to be the way. I used to drink from the hose all the time. Not anymore, but definitely back in the day, I used to a lot.
No, when I was little and I would go to my grandparents' house, my grandma, like either one, my mom's mom or my dad's mom, they would be watering their plants, right? And I'd be like, can I have some? And they would let me drink it.
Can I have some?
Yeah, like I don't know why I liked it so much or how I started drinking it like that, but I just did. So I really liked it, I guess.
Nah, it was good. It's solid. I give my dogs hose water.
I didn't know that.
When
I fed them for those few days, I was giving them water from the sink.
Yeah, and I was like, ooh, they got the fancy water. I know every now and then I'll throw some ice in it, like if it's really hot, but No, they just get hose water.
That's why I did it, because when y'all left, you're like, can you put ice in their water? And I was like, yeah. And I just did it in the sink because I was like, I don't know. I also don't like going into that little like section y'all have closed off for your grandma.
Oh, because, yeah, usually the grass is a lot taller.
Yeah, and I'm like, there could be a snake in there. I don't care if it's a garden snake or what. I see a snake, I'm leaving. And I needed to feed your dogs and give them water, so I couldn't have that option.
Oh, yeah.
No, but yeah, so I mean, if I feed them again, I'm still giving them water from the sink. But I didn't know that you gave them hose water.
Yep, hose water. I gotta clean their bowls pretty often too, because their bowls are outside, like their water bowls. We feed them inside, but they have their water bowls outside because they are very messy drinkers, and I'd rather not have to clean that inside.
Oh, yeah. Those few times you've come over with them, and my mom, like, puts a little bucket out for, like, water so they can drink it.
Yeah.
Because Scout's bowl is really small, and, like, Chewy will go, and, like, one lick, it's gone. And so my mom will get, I think it's, like, a Bill Miller's bucket. Yeah, it used to be a Bill Miller's bucket. How they have, like, the clear ones, kind of, so you can see the tea in there. And she'd fill it up, and at first we did not put a towel.
A mistake.
Now we put a towel. Because they just go all in. Like, their whole head's in it. And then Flacco, poor Flacco, he's just trying to get in. But Chewy's head's blocking him.
Yeah. Well, like, the times that they've gotten over will be, like, after a walk or they're overly excited. And so they are very thirsty. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think your parents have seen, or no, maybe, like, during Christmas. But even that wasn't, like, their ultra calm state. Like, they just haven't seen them, like, when they're just chilling.
Yeah, they're
vibing.
super calm.
Yeah. And so they've only seen them when they're breathing like super hard. They probably think they're just always like
Super excited.
I don't know.
Out of breath.
I took Chewy to the vet recently and he was super excited. He was very well behaved though. I'm not gonna lie. Like he did jump every now and then, like in excitement. But he was sitting, he shook everybody's hand and like he did pretty good.
Chewy's such a cutie.
So I think I'm gonna start like bringing them to their vet appointments separately because it was so much easier just to have the one. Oh my gosh, loads easier. And my mom was like, you did that to yourself. Like we didn't tell you to bring them at the same time. I'm like, I don't know, I just did and never looked back. Like, but now, no, I'm definitely gonna bring them either on different days or like
same day, different times.
Yeah, same day, different time. Because it was way easier, loads easier, and less messy, not nearly as much shedding. Because like when there's the two of them, they're both going crazy in the back, and so fur gets everywhere. This time, Chewy stayed like in the middle in my back seat, and I have like this seat cover, and he just like sat there the whole time and like had his head over. It's like I was driving and his head was like right there, and yeah, he was just like that the whole time. And then we pulled into the vet and he kind of like realized, and he wasn't breathing hard at all. And I was like, yeah, I need to. But he was like sleeping though. Like I showed up after my haircut and I took a shower, and then I was like, all right, bro, it's time to go. And he just kind of like opened one eye because he was in his house, right? And I was like, come on, come on. He got up and like waddled inside, and I threw his collar on. And he was probably like, what is happening? And I busted out the leash and he was like, oh snap, we're going somewhere. And I leashed it on and like it was no issue. Like we just went into the car, he wasn't breathing hard, nothing. He just sat there and was just like enjoying the ride. Flacco though, poor Flacco, he was like going crazy because we were leaving without him. I usually don't do that, so.
No, Chewy's funny when he opens like one eye when you call his name and he's like, I'm not getting up for you. I'm sorry.
I'm not in the mood. Yeah, he's a couch potato. Or not really a couch potato. You don't get on couches. He's just a potato.
What do you call him? A little bean?
Yeah.
Because he hides his legs underneath his body. Yeah.
He looks like a little bean when he lays down. He's just like this bean. Funny.
All right, but getting into long-term goals. Yeah. What are some of those for you, babe?
For me, I know I talked about being consistent with meal intake and like water intake, but I think like even more long term for the end of this year and on, it would be being consistent with the gym and and upping the intensity and changing up some of our workouts. Because I've been talking to a lot of my friends at my job, and it's not like we're doing anything particularly wrong, but we could maybe incorporate some different workouts or even some different techniques in the workouts that we already are doing in order to maximize gains. I'm not saying that like you would have to do this, but I want to start incorporating this in order to maximize my gains, because
Mm-hmm.
I have seen like improvements in both strength and what is it, not resilience. Why was I going to say that?
Endurance.
Endurance. I don't know why resilience came to mind. But yes, endurance, especially since my whole COVID thing, because we didn't work out for like 2.5, almost 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And that was, it was getting to the point where like muscle was being lost and endurance was definitely lost. And so obviously still recuperating from that and getting used to being in the gym again. But I'm trying to get back to where I was and then, exceed that and build a, better looking physique. So I definitely want to focus more on chest. I think back we've been doing good. Definitely got to keep killing it on that. And then arms, just continue to do what we've been doing. I want to work triceps some more.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, just like tricep and chest.
No, definitely. I need to work out my triceps a little more. Because the one workout that we do is good, right? But I definitely feel like maybe adding another one somewhere in the week, if not the same day, would definitely help. But you know what I really like doing?
Hmm.
I really like doing chest and back. I don't know why. Well, I do know why. I was talking about this to one of my coworkers, and I was telling him, I was like, I don't know, but like when I do chest, like the what is it called? Not elevated. Is it elevated? I don't know the names to the workouts, but
Like describe the workout.
oh, incline dumbbell press.
Oh.
I was like elevated. I don't know. Whenever we do that workout, I just feel so strong
Yeah.
because I've been, I don't know, I've been increasing my weight with that workout progressively. So it's not like all at once. But this last time I went from 17 and a half to, was it 25?
Yeah, you did 25 last time.
And I,
Doing really solid.
yeah, and I thought I was just going to be able to do like 5, right?
Mhm.
And then now I ended up being able to do 12. I did 10 really good. And then the last 2, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to die. But I still got them up, like with good form.
Yeah. I feel like you can do a lot more weight. Like it's just like a confidence thing. Like just taking that leap of faith, getting the weight up,
Yeah, that's the same thing with squat. Like for some reason, this last time we did it, I've been able to do 25, like the last few times.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, this feels really heavy. And I thought that before I actually did the workout, like when I lifted it off of the
Yeah.
little rail. And I was like, what the heck? Why is this so heavy? But like the week before, I was able to lift it up no problem. And then when I actually did the squat, I was like, I can't do this. And because like I thought I couldn't do it,
Yeah.
I had to stop and like I went lower. But then when I did 20, it was super easy. And I was like, it's just 5 more pounds.
Yeah.
Like why am I guess it's 10.
Yeah,
10
it
more
would be
pounds.
10 more.
But it's like it was all just like a mental thing. Because I did 14 of the 20s no problem. And I was like, we'll see. Like, I'm psyching myself out. And I instantly did that when I was like, damn, this is heavy. So.
Yeah, I do definitely think there's like a mental aspect to it, but also even like external factors like what you're eating beforehand and did you have enough water prior to working out? Like there's a lot of things that factor in to I think our performance at the gym that we subconsciously don't think about. So then we show up and it's like, damn. So that's like what I want to get better at because and especially recently I've been finding myself not eating. Like I eat, but I don't eat enough, or I'm eating like at very weird times because of work, because of school, because of other commitments, and it's just I end up not allotting myself enough time to eat. And so that's why I want to start meal prepping, so I can just start bringing meals with myself and have them prepped and ready. I just got to pop them in the microwave. Don't even have to think about it. And I'm always going to have that on me for lunch. So that way I have it at a consistent time as well, because my meals are always at inconsistent times. I'm never eating at the same time. And then I also want to be better at that, because then when we go to the gym, I'm not maximizing the amount of potential gains to be had, because I'm not eating prior to the workout. So then my performance during the workout is not as good as it probably could have been. And after the workout, recovery isn't as good as it could have been as well. And so there's a lot of factors that just are not being put into play on a day-to-day basis that I think are hindering my performance as well as results. And so that's one of the big things that I want to get on top of, especially the protein powder. We've been meaning to go to HEB to get that, because I've been wanting to start doing that like every single day. I want to have it like prior to lunch, and then I'm going to eat lunch, and then it'll be dinner after. Or it'll be lunch, and then I'll have the protein before dinner. Either way, vice versa. I just want to get the protein in. But I don't know. A lot of things. It's the biggest thing, and I think the thing that all of my goals have in common are consistency. I want things to be consistent, and I want to stay consistent with things that are already going that way at the moment in my life. But yeah, I don't know. It's not hard. I have to sit down and I have to plan it. I have to make sure, and it's not like anything big. It's just, I need to take like half an hour out of the week to sit down and be like, all right, this is what I need to do. Like, these are the times. And I don't want to stick to some super meticulous schedule, like by the minute, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to have a general idea, like when I should be doing things. That way I can stay on top of it, right? Because it's not like I'm being particularly unhealthy, but for what I'm trying to go for, I need to step it up, you know? So that was really it, honestly. Mm-hmm. I think for personal goals, for podcast goals, I think it's very feasible by the end of the year. We're already almost there. We're going to get to like 1,300 streams. So that's pretty awesome. Thank you all for that. But I think it would be even cooler if we get to 1,400 or even 1,500 by the end of the year. Like, that would be cool. If we could get, right, because of 2 episodes, and then we could get like the 100 to 200 listens in a month. Like, I feel like that's easy money. But yeah, I don't know. I guess, I know we mentioned this in the last episode as well, but like stepping up our Instagram and our Twitter game. And I took some pictures yesterday on our little study date. I need to, so I have my iPad Pro. I'm going to import the pictures onto my iPad Pro and go into Lightroom. I'm going to watch some videos on how to edit and like keep pictures a consistent color.
Yeah.
And I know you kind of know that, so I'm definitely going to get with you on that. So you can teach me some stuff, because that's your realm of expertise. But I'm going to definitely start doing that, and we're going to start posting pictures, and you know, I think it should be really cool. So I'm going to get that going, and we're going to have a really consistent thing. But I'm pretty hyped about that. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, yeah, the pictures you took were very cute yesterday. But it was like just the lighting, I think, because it was dark outside.
It was very dark outside. So it was the vibe, though. A little late really night nice. Study. Ooh.
It was super cute, but yeah. I do agree with like the whole lighting thing. And that, like, I know a little bit about.
Nah, you an expert.
No, not really. But I edit my pictures all the same way. Yeah. And I take pictures around the same time too.
That's a smart thing too. Pictures at the same time. When I think about that.
I only know that because I watch this girl on YouTube. Her name's Hannah. Mm-hmm. I don't know how to say her last name. Or it's her middle name that she has, but then her last name's also a little hard. Anyways, her name's Hannah. Yeah. And she's living in New York right now. And she'll post videos like how I take my pictures and blah blah blah. And I just love her videos. So even though I don't like post on Instagram that much, like I post more than like I guess the average person. I don't know. Or the average person considering like my friends and who I hang around. But I only really know some stuff because I watch Hannah. And I just love like how she talks and how positive she is and how she's also like real. And she's like, oh, this is my kitchen. It is not the best right now. You see this? I don't have that much room. And she's just like honest. So I really like her. And so I only know because I listen to her. But yeah. Long-term goals though.
Mm-hmm.
On my side, it is being more consistent in the gym. I've made a lot of progress, but I definitely need to focus more on stretching, because that's a big factor, or a big thing that I don't do. And then my long-term goal for this year, because I take my LSAT in January, is to get a 155 minimum. And yeah, that's honestly the biggest goal that I'm working towards right now.
Yeah.
So it's taking up most of my time.
Nah, I think that's solid, honestly. Like with us talking about it, I realized that we don't have like a lot of goals, like especially ones that are coming to mind. But I think that's a good thing, because if you overwhelm yourself with things that you're trying to achieve, right, and not like really small things, but like goals that we're talking about that take a good amount of time to achieve, you overwhelm yourself with those, and it won't be feasible to actually complete all of them. So I think we have our heads on straight and are really really positive and going in a good direction with actually achieving the goals by the given date that they need to be achieved. So
yeah, I definitely think breaking it down as like different types of goals, like time frames, that also helps. Recently I got 2 new books for the LSAT.
Mm-hmm.
And I like the books that I've gotten because they come up with like plans on how you study and all of that, right? And like a study schedule. Because I can make a study schedule for myself.
Yeah.
But I never know like if I'm doing enough work to like actually get to my goal. But getting like this book, because it's called the LSAT Bibles, and they come in like, there are 3 books for it. But I've gotten like 1 book at a time, so I can focus on one for a little bit and then get another one, right? So I got my second one. And sometimes I don't read like the beginning of what it's like, how we started, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like other resources. But this time I did, because I was like, you know what? I have 17 weeks now. Yeah, I have 17 weeks to the LSAT. And they come up with like 16 weeks, 15 weeks, right? So you really know what to do and how to break it down. And they come up with like a whole schedule for you.
Yeah.
And I really like it. And I was using the LSAT Trainer, which is also a really good book. I feel like it's a book that definitely gives you the fundamentals and like a good platform. But I felt like it wasn't enough for me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I was getting it, but there was a lot of things that I had questions on. And so the LSAT Bible, they have 3 different books for each section on the LSAT. So they go really in depth. And I think that was a good way for me to start.
Yeah.
Or like continue my studying. So I feel like just having feasible goals to where I'm not like, oh, I need to be getting this, and that done every single day. It's like, no, like break it up weekly, you know? Like if you don't do that much on one day, it's okay because you have 4 more days. And that was a big problem with me. I was like, I need to do this every single day. And it was like, okay, like you can read every single day, but what are you going to be getting out of those readings? Like, what are your goals for that? And so breaking down like my weekly goals has definitely helped me see that my overall goal and my main goal is achievable. Because for a second I was like, oh no, I don't know about this. You know, because a lot of people were like, oh, you need to take the LSAT 2 times at least. And I know I talked about this, I think, last time too, but because I was hearing that, I was like, damn, like I'm just not doing enough.
Mm-hmm.
But no, everybody learns at their own pace.
Exactly.
Figured out that I can take it 1 time and I'm going to get the goal that I want.
Yeah.
So, or the score that I want. So there's no need to worry about taking it 2 times. Like, why am I going to take it earlier if I don't feel ready just to take it 2 times like everyone says I need to?
Yeah. Yeah, that's the big thing is like, and it's not just you, but I think everybody is so like brainwashed by what they see online, right? Because what you see online isn't like the whole picture. It's just somebody's online persona. And so they're giving all this advice, and it feels right to take it, but then it's kind of like you're only seeing it from like one perspective from behind the camera.
Yeah, well, it wasn't even just online.
Yeah.
It's just people that I go to school with. So I've just been surrounded with this for a while.
Haters.
You know, not haters. They're just giving like what
Haters
worked for
gonna
them
hate.
or what happened for them. You know.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's like everywhere I turn, the LSAT's like there now. Like I'll be doing something and I'm like, that would be a good question. I'm like, why am I thinking about this right now? Like I don't even make the questions. I have to answer the questions. But the big thing is like in the books that I'm reading right now, they're like, you need to think like the people who make the LSAT. So I mean, I guess that's working. You know?
Yeah.
I'm like, that would be a good question to ask. But more times than not, my question is never on the actual test. So so I'm doing something right, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. But no, my main goal is really just the LSAT right now.
Mm-hmm.
I do have like health and physical goals, obviously, but those are second at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
My first goal is getting into law school. You know, I've been working on my personal statement. She's there. I wrote 3 of them, so this third one's she's popping off a little bit.
Yeah.
My resume, she's coming along. I volunteered actually. That's another goal that I want, like a long-term goal.
Mm-hmm.
I want to volunteer more consistently, even if it's just even after I submit my application. I haven't been able to volunteer in like 2 years. Like I used to volunteer all the time in student council in high school and even just for my mom's job.
Yeah.
And then COVID happened. I wasn't able to do anything. You know, and I didn't realize how much I missed that until I volunteered yesterday at the food bank. It was just so nice. We all had a goal. We all wanted to be there.
Yeah.
You know, like we signed up for this. It was really nice. And it was just me and my mom. So we got to hang. Put in some work.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I definitely want to go back and do it again. Especially like after seeing the numbers of like how many bags we filled up and all the food and pounds that we got delivered.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like super rewarding to know that you're like helping other people.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So like right now I know like my goal is to have it on my resume. But I genuinely do like volunteering. It's just I haven't been able to. And after I saw my resume, I was like, damn, who am I? Because I used to have like a whole page of just volunteering.
Mm-hmm.
Now I have like 1/3 of a page.
Yeah.
So I didn't realize how much I liked it. So that's also a goal.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, you seemed very happy when you were talking about it. Now we definitely got to volunteer. I know we've been talking about volunteering for the animal shelter, like SA Humane Society or like Pets Alive or something like that.
Yeah, it's just been hard because of COVID.
Yeah.
Then they've cut like down their hours and how many people can go and
Yeah.
all of that. And we also have a school, so it's like the times that we do want to go, they're during our classes.
I feel like we'll have a really good shot now because one of the bigger things was that you were also working. And
Oh
so
yeah, I was
like
working after school.
yeah, that's what it was. Like those times, but then like the times that were not during our classes, it was like, oh, you were working. So we just were never able to volunteer.
Yeah, and I do have like stuff after school and stuff still, but not every day now. You know, I was working a lot. I didn't realize
Yeah, you were.
until I stopped. I was like, why do I have all this free time? But no, yeah. Those are just some of my goals.
I think those are some pretty solid goals, honestly. I think we laid out pretty solid ideas, very achievable things that I think are going to happen. Got to manifest it now. They are going to happen either in the coming month or 2 or by the end of this year and so on. Biggest thing for me, consistency, I think. And I think the same could be said for you, is just being consistent with what we're doing already.
No, definitely. Like we have the options to do these things.
Yeah.
You know, it's really just putting our foot forward and actually doing them.
Mhm.
Like me waking up, I wake up and then I'm like, you know what, I'm too tired. I'm going back to sleep.
Yeah.
Like, no, I just need to stay awake, get out of my bed.
That's the vibe, honestly. Waking up and being like, nah, just because you got nothing to do, like for the next like few hours.
Yeah, but it's like, no, I want to get up. I want to have a morning routine,
yeah.
especially on Fridays because I don't have
Yeah.
school on Fridays. And I sleep until like 12 and I'm like, well, there goes half my freaking day. And then you want to hang out, right? And you're
Yeah.
like, can we hang out? I don't know, let's say I wake up at 12 and you're like, can we hang
Yeah.
out at 1? And I'm like, wait, I need to study. So then I could have studied if I woke up earlier.
Yeah.
But no, I just want to sleep. So, I mean, I have to give myself grace and be like, yeah, I am tired.
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, like
but
that TikTok sound that you were singing earlier.
no, that's not the same thing. That's like,
okay.
I'll explain it to you later.
Okay.
Because I don't know if I can do the song and then copyright. I don't know. Anyways, I don't know how Spotify and stuff
Yeah,
works
you
with
can
copyright.
sing it. It's
no,
fine.
No, I'm
You're
okay.
good. You
No,
can sing it. Go ahead.
no, I'm fine.
Good.
Back to what I was saying. I already forgot now. What was I talking about? Oh, I can't be tired all the time.
Exactly.
That was the main thing.
Mhm.
Like some days I can be like, you know what, I'm just gonna relax and sleep in today. But it can't be every freaking day like that. No, because then I'm staying up late and finishing all my stuff when I should be asleep, so I can wake up early and finish my stuff. It's just better in the morning. I don't know how to explain it to you, but I enjoy waking up in the morning, which is interesting because I'm not a morning person with other people. I'm a morning person by myself. Like, just ask my mom and dad. Like, I wake up and they swear, like, I've gone through war or something because I'm just so upset to, like, talk to people in the morning.
Yeah, I'm not a morning person. A lot of times I have to be one, not by choice. But I much prefer to just kind of sit in silence in the morning. Especially, like, especially if it's, like, an early morning.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really want to, like... I just kind of want to beat myself.
Yeah, I love when I wake up, I make coffee, and I just go to my room and like sit with myself. It's so nice.
Mm-hmm. That's gonna be nice when we live together.
Just like not talk to each other, but be like
there.
But
like be there. Like we'll both wake up, we can make coffee. I mean, we can kind of like talk, right? But then we'll just sit down in silence on the couch, open up the blinds, let the sunlight.
That's what I really like. You know,
right?
We're not like one's super energetic in the morning and the other one's not. We're both kind of the same pace.
Mm-hmm. In the morning.
Yeah. Well, in the morning, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like my parents, they're both super energetic in the morning. So that works for them.
Yeah.
But me, I'm not like that. So it makes it a little harder. But since both of us are kind of like morning people, but quiet morning people, it'll work out. Oh my gosh. What if we have kids and they're super energetic?
I have to shut that down.
No, we can't. They have to. We're not. No. We're not shutting it down. We'll just have to set boundaries for each other.
We will.
Be like, listen, you can be super energetic, but with me, I need you to calm down a little bit.
Yeah, we'll be sure to do that. But I think we're at a pretty solid place to close out the episode. What do you think?
I definitely agree.
Alrighty. Well, thank you all for listening to us ramble about some goals for the end of this year, which is coming up very fast on us. It's already the 10th of September. That is insane. Next month is spooky season. The following is turkey season. And the one after that
is Christmas season.
Yes, ma'am. My favorite time of the year. But yes, thank y'all again for listening, for showing support and love to the podcast. We really do appreciate it. Be sure to follow us on our Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook profiles at LiveJamPod, all lowercase, no spaces in between. And on your listening platform that you are currently listening to the episode on, be sure to give us a rating and a review. Let people know what you think of the podcast. Helps us get onto the front page of, what's hot or topics within our genre of podcast. We'd really appreciate the feedback. And our YouTube listeners, we love you so much. So please do like and subscribe and comment down below. What kind of goals do you have for the end of this year? Only got a few months. Any long-term goals that you're trying to start now and continue on even into the next year? Or any goals you're just trying to get done in the next few months? Let us know down below in the comments. You have anything else to add, my love, before we close it out?
No, I think you pretty much covered it.
Awesome. Well, thank you all so much for listening, and we'll catch you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.